Today's real estate ride is with Tracy Wagner of the Tom Cali Team at Remax Center Realty. Trace, what's happening?
How you doing?
How are things?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Oh no, thanks for riding along.
This is awesome.
All right. So you started out your professional life in the title side.
Yes.
And then you became a realtor. What made you jump to that side of the business?
Great question. So I started out on the settlement end of real estate about 2002, and then kind of saw the opening and called up my buddy Tom Cali and said, "Hey, TC, I'm thinking about switching over to sales. What do you think?" And he said, "Do it." So it was a good time, ready for the transition. Had an awesome team to join.
Yeah, Tom is one of my favorite people in the world.
He's everybody's
and
favorite person
was
in the
it like it was that just that easy that you said, "Tom, I'm interested"? He said, "Come on board."
It was literally that easy. I called him. He came to my house. I buttered him up, gave him some chili. It's like the
Can't
one
go wrong
thing I
with chili.
can kill. And he said, "Yeah, it'll be great." I'm a local, so I had a lot of connections. And so I joined up, and like I said, I joined Remax, an awesome team, and things just kind of flourished from there.
It has to be a huge advantage having been born and raised in State College,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. I mean, I'm like a true townie. Boomeranged, left for schools where I would never come back.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of us have said that.
Right? And then I always kind of say, short of winning like the big deal lottery, I'm here.
Right.
Unless I can buy an island and kind of peace out.
So what was the learning curve like? I know it had to be an advantage if you were doing title work, because I know that part of it is kind of a mystery. It's tough to understand. So being a new realtor, that was probably a huge advantage, huh?
Yeah, it was a huge advantage. I mean, I feel like in coaching some new agents that are joining our team, that's the part that a lot of new agents struggle the most with. And considering that I was a licensed agent, I really had that advantage that came very naturally for me. And I had been in sales before.
Right.
So working in med sales really helped me with the communication part of things. So it was really just kind of merging the two.
Right.
And then, like I said, having all that background knowledge helped me help my clients.
Of course, because you got to educate them. They don't know what's going on.
That's
They
exactly
hear
right.
all kinds of horror stories.
Exactly
What were
right.
some of the struggles that you had when you first got started?
Yeah, so one of the things that's kind of tough is, where's your business going to come from?
Right.
So before, when I was working for the settlement company, I had a salary and I had benefits and I had this, kind of cushy thing that as an agent you don't have. So I was lucky because for me, it really forced me to work that much harder. Because failing's not an option. So you got to go. You got to hustle.
You got to take that leap.
You got to
believe in yourself.
That's right.
And I'm guessing you just started with your sphere of influence and just kind of built out.
100% where you start is the people that you already know and trust around you, and then you can build that sphere even bigger.
And what have been? So you've been in what 2-3 years now? How long has it been?
Going into my 5th year.
Man, time is flying.
Time flies. Have fun, Brad.
So what have been some of your biggest successes?
Yeah, I mean it's been good. Like I said, I was really lucky that I joined Remax right away. An awesome team. Tom's an awesome business partner. Mackenzie we just brought on about almost a year ago, which is insane. But it's just watching my business grow. Every year we have a goal of like, let's grow 10%, let's grow 10%.
Right.
And it's been exponentially more than that each year, which has been pretty cool to see.
So how many families are you hoping to help in 2019?
Great question. Kind of piggyback on what we were just saying about some of the successes. I've also started selling commercial real estate, which has been pretty awesome. We've put a pretty big deal together. We haven't closed yet, so we'll let
gestation
that marinate for now.
Yeah, I mean those marinate so long.
They do, but it's great. I mean, it's a very different process, but including my commercial transactions I have going on right now, I'm looking probably between 35 and 40.
Oh, nice.
For 2019. Last year, I was 32. So if I can add another 5 to 10, that's my ultimate goal for this year.
And where are you finding these families? Where is your
Yeah, well, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head earlier about having a sphere of influence. For me, I've got 2 little ones, so
Connor J and Case.
That's right.
So I'm sure they're part of your whole why.
Yes, they are my why. But because of them, I'm around preschool a lot, and other young families, kids sporting events, things like that. So having the two little guys definitely has broadened my sphere of influence. But yeah, 100%, they're my why. They're the bomb, and I've got my babies. They help me stay motivated and just make me hustle.
Yeah. So for a mother of two children,
yes,
and a professional, how are you juggling that?
I got a lot of plates in
the air.
Spinning in the air at one time. It's tough. Making sure everybody is where they need to be and taken care of and fed and reasonably in good shape. It's tough. It's a lot of time management, which I think a lot of other agents in town would say is a struggle.
Right.
I'm sure you yourself would say the same thing.
Well, I mean, I don't have a family, but our business is not for the faint of heart by any stretch of the imagination.
No. I mean, whether you're on vacation or at the office, we're always working. And it's just one of those things, my kids understand from a very young age that mom's got to work, she's got to work, and it's all good.
Awesome. So speaking of family, you also are involved with charities, and we just recently had a charity event, the Team Ream organization that you're heavily involved in. Yep. Wonderful family. Just tell me a little bit about that organization.
Yeah, so when the Reams moved to State College, Brandon and I were in 4th grade together, and we've been good friends ever since. When he and Sam started dating, I obviously became very close with her because of Brandon.
And you're both excellent volleyball players?
I mean, I don't hold a candle to Sam.
Don't be modest. Don't be modest.
No All-American in your heart, unless you were, and I just don't know.
No, I'm not even close.
No. So when we lost Brandon, and the Team Ream Foundation started, Sam asked me to be on the board of directors, and I emphatically said yes. The mission of the Team Ream Foundation resonates very closely, and it's just to help local families who have somebody that is fighting a life-threatening illness. And the good that we do is incredible, and I see it firsthand almost daily with the Team Ream Foundation, and the more money we can raise, I'm all about, and I'm all about doing whatever I can to help.
Right. So you guys, there's always these huge expenses that families have to incur when they're battling cancer.
Yes.
So you find families in the Center County community,
right?
And
so the way it works is we partnered with Mount Whitney Health Foundation, and each patient has what's called a patient navigator. So typically our requests will come directly from the patient navigators, and we from there determine how we're going to help, be able to help the family, whether it's paying bills, providing transportation, helping them out with their kids. There's a whole slew of ways that we help these families, but it's our partnership with Mount Whitney Health that really makes it possible. Right.
Ed, we just had Team Ream Day with the basketball team.
Huge success.
Well, that's great, and it has been the 5th year. That was like the 5th year of it.
Yep.
I apologize we couldn't get you a W, but the turnout was great. The T-shirts were out. You even had Michigan State green Team Ream shirt.
Every year, we always take care of the other team. Got to let them know that Team Ream is going to help them out too.
Right. So if someone, let's start with a buyer, someone looking to buy a home right now, some tips, and then if someone's looking to list their home, some tips.
Sure. So if you are considering buying a house, the first thing that we want you to do is come in, chat with us. So we really have a nice step-by-step process. The first thing is talking to somebody like you, Brian.
Well, because time is money, and you want to make sure that client has been pre-approved.
100%.
And with the way the market is, say below 350, above 200, it's a hot market. So you got to be ready to make a move.
That's right. So we need you to pre-qualify them.
Right.
So we know what their spending power is. And then, you really have to figure out what's important. So we've got $300,000 to spend. Great. Are we thinking location? Are we thinking lot size? Are we thinking school district? There's a lot to really narrow down. So getting pre-qualified, figuring out what your needs are, and then being ready to write the offer when the right house comes up.
Right. Now,
is really critical.
Yeah. Okay. So on the listing side, I know the answer to this question, but it's one of my favorite ones to ask.
Yes.
The tough conversation is always, more often than not, correct me if I'm wrong, they think the house is worth more than you think you can sell it for. How do you have that conversation with the client?
Yeah, so, a lot of times, most of us are emotionally attached to our homes. So we think, oh my gosh, this deck has been so beautiful for my family. This must add another $30,000 of value. Well, the market may agree with you, may not agree with you.
Right.
Really, it's less of a conversation. It's more of showing numbers. Hey, listen, here are other homes, similar square footage, similar size in your neighborhood or surrounding areas, and this is what they've sold for. Let's look at the numbers. And historically, your price entry point needs to be, pretty on tact. If it's not, statistics show that if you start higher, just you do the whole let's see what happens, you're going to end up accepting less at the end.
Right.
So and again, most of the sellers we work with, they're ready to move for whatever reason. Right. They're pretty rational, and if you show people the hard numbers,
right,
it's kind of hard to combat that.
Okay, so if someone is wanting to utilize your services,
yes,
how are they going to get in contact with you?
Great. Shameless plug, check out our Instagram at State College Real Estate. We're active. We get some funny stuff up there. Or our Facebook page, State College Living, Tom, Tracy, and Mackenzie. All of our phone numbers, our emails are on there. statecollegeliving.com is our website. Or just give Remax a call. Ask for us.
Right.
We got really nice ladies that answer the phone. Rose and Cord will take good care of you.
Right. And because we're in a new age now,
yes,
where the phone is where people are finding realtors, you're using social media.
Yep.
For the contact. There wasn't call this number. Here's my Facebook. Here's my Instagram. So you're
DM me.
You're at the in that millennial top end, I believe. So that's how you've grown up communicating like that.
That's right. Yeah. So I squeeze in as a millennial by about 3 months, but I'm gonna
right.
I'm going to take it and I'm going to be good with it. Yeah, I mean, you got to be able to communicate with people in various ways. So, I mean, a lot of people, they don't want to sit and chat on the phone for an hour.
Right.
But it works for them. Shoot us a message.
Got it.
The DM and the Instagram.
Well, I appreciate you spending time.
Thank you,
and I'll put all that
Brian.
contact information
Please do.
after this video. And have an awesome 2019.
Thank you.